This session is going to be about fantastic factors. So we're going to look at three objectives here: be able to identify factors of a number, identify certain characteristics of that number, and then express a number as a product of primes. Okay, so first part, now we look at a factor, in other words, a number that goes into 12 whole. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little body here, give me a little bit of a head, two little eyes. Okay, and I always think of the legs as being the factors. So think of it, two numbers that make 12. We'll start for the easy one, 1 and 12. Never forget the easy one, 1 and 12, because that's where some people mess up. The next pair we could have is 2 and 6. And the next pair, hopefully you got it, is 3 and 4. Okay, so the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Now, because they come in pairs, it makes it easy to check. Okay, so things, for instance, like 5 is not a factor because 5 times something, it would have to be a decimal to give me 12. Okay, so it doesn't work. Now, what I want you to do for us, if you want to have a quick look at the next one here, all right, 20. So give me two numbers that make 20. The easy two, obviously. It's a weird looking bug. 1 and 20. We've got 2 and 10. Now 3 doesn't work on this one, so we jump up to the next number, which is 4 and 5. Okay, now because 4 and 5 are next to each other, we know that there's nothing else that's going to go a factor of 20. So double check: 1 and 20, 2 and 10, 4 and 5, nothing else goes into 20. So that's got 6 factors, which are 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 12. Okay, so the factors, we've got 6 of them, which are 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 20. I'm pretty sure I just said 12 there, Muppet. So it is actually 20. All right, so now what I want you to do for us as a quick exercise, you've got 6 little bugs there. If you want to draw them into your book or on some paper, and then try and tell me the factors that we're missing. Okay, so stop the video and give it your best shot. All right, hopefully you're back with me. So we've got 1 and 30. We've got 2 and 15. 3 and 10. Now, because my numbers are getting closer, I know that I'm coming up to the last few now. Okay, 4 doesn't go into 30, but 5 does, and it's 5 times 6. Okay, so that's got 8 factors. Okay, I'm just going to write 8 factors just above it, just so we know. Okay, my next one, we've got 1 and we've got 8, 2 and 4, and between 2 and 4 is 3, but 3 doesn't do anything to get with 8 in terms of a whole number, so this one here has got 4 factors. Right, next one, 1 and 10, 2 and 5, and again, let's double check: 3 and 4 between 2 and 5, but 3 and 4 doesn't work, so this one here again has got 4 factors. Now, 7, bit of a weird one. 7 has got 1 and 7, so that's only got 2 factors. Okay, so only 2 factors. Now we'll come on to that number in a minute because that's a very particular set of numbers that only have 2 factors, so think about what it could mean. Okay, hopefully you've got it in your head already. Next one, 16, 1 and 16, 2 and 8, and then anything else? Yeah, it's just 4. I'm just going to write the 1 4 because I'm not going to write 4 and 4 because that would mean we've got 6 factors and we can't have a repeating factor, so we've got 4 there, so that's actually got 5 factors. Okay, and the last one, 25, 1 and 25, and we've only got 5 times 5, again just writing the 1 5, so that's got 3 factors. Okay, now hopefully you know something particular about the bottom set of numbers here. Okay, it's 7, 16, 25. So here 7 is what we call a prime number, meaning it's only got 2 factors. Okay, so 7, things like 3, okay, 5, all those types of numbers have only got 2 factors, 1 and itself. Now 16 and 25, they've obviously got more factors, but they've got an odd amount of factors. And the reason this is because this is a square number, and so too is this. Okay, so those square numbers. So if we took a number like 9, for instance, which is also a square number, okay, let's write a little bug. Okay, it looks like a dog actually. So here we've got 1 and 9, and we've just got 3. Okay, there is actually a hiding 1 just there, just in case you can't see it. Let's see if I can change my pen. Don't think it's going to let me do it for you. But yeah, so here we've got 1 and we've got 9, and that's it. Don't happen there. Bit of a moment. Okay, so there we go. All right, so let's have a look at your next one for you. Right, so here, as we just said, if it's got an odd number of legs, okay, that's what we know as square numbers. Okay, that's not the best pen in the world to use, is it? So let's just change my pen colour to a blue. There we go. So square numbers. All right. And when we talk about square numbers, we're talking about numbers like 1, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9, 16, 25, and so on and so forth. Okay, lots of different square numbers. You'd actually need to know your first 15 square numbers. Okay, so get yourself practicing on your square numbers there. Now, if it's only got 2 legs, or in other words, 2 factors, that's because it's prime. Okay, and when we talk about prime numbers, we're talking about numbers which only have 2 factors. Okay, so we have 2, for instance, that's only got 2 factors, 1 and 2, and that's actually quite unique because it's the only even prime number as well. Okay, 3, 5, 7 is 9. Well, no, 9 is not because it's got 1 and 9 and 3 times 3, so it's not. Okay, my next one after that would actually be 11. Okay, and so on and so forth. Make sure that you put a little note of where those prime numbers are because that's going to help me out in a minute. Okay, so just as we said, prime numbers have exactly 2 factors, 1 and itself. Right now, this is the harder part. Express 18 as a product of primes. So what I do, I take my number and I split it like this. Now, I think of 2 numbers that make 18 when I multiply them, okay? Now, avoid 1 and 18, okay, because that's not going to help you at all. So here, I'm just going to write 2 and 9. Now, I'm going to circle 2. Why? Because it's a prime number, okay? So, as soon as I've got a prime number, I put a circle around it. So, my prime numbers, just for a recap, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and there are a few more, but just keep those in mind. Now 9 is not in prime number, it's between 7 and 11, so there's 2 numbers that make 9, and again avoid 1 and 9, so we've got 3 times 3. Okay, now you've noticed that 3 is prime, so we circle both of them. Alright, then underneath that we write 18 equals 2 times 3 times 3. Okay, and that's how we express a number as a product of primes, so 2 times 3 times 3. Okay, product, remember, means the word multiply. Okay, so in theory we've got express 18 as a multiplication of primes. So all these are prime numbers and we're multiplying them. 2 times 3 is 6, times that by 3 gives me 18. If you're a bit freaked out with that one, don't freak out too much. Here you go. Try that question on your own. Okay, so we write 20 first and I'll pause the video and then see how you cope. Right, hopefully you're back with me. We've got 20, so we do 2 times 10. Again, you could do a different one, and I'll show you a different one in a minute, but we're just going to circle 2 because it's prime. So anytime we get a prime number, circle it. 10, we've got 2 and 5, and circle and circle. Okay, so here we write out 20, which is 2 times 2 times 5. Okay, we take our numbers in the bottom here. If I can just get my highlighter, hopefully it will work. Yeah, there we go. 2, 2 and 5, 2, 2 and 5. Okay, that easy, guys. It's nothing too tricky at this moment. Okay, we'll leave that one to the next lesson. All right, now hopefully that's made a bit of sense. Try this next question and again pause the video. Now I'm actually going to show you 2 different ways of doing this one, and just to show that you still get the same answer no matter which way you do. So we've got 6 and 10. Now neither of those are prime, so we've got 2 times 3. Be careful, I've seen 3 and 3 there. That obviously 3 times 3 makes 9, so it's 2 times 3, and they're both prime. 10 is 5 and 2. Doesn't matter which way you put it. You could have put a 2 and a 5 there. Okay. Now I always put my numbers in numerical order. So we've got a 2 and a 2. So we put 2 times 2, a 3 and a 5. So times 3 times 5. Okay, and that's my answer. Now, just to show you that it works no matter which way you do it, I'm just going to change my pen colour. Hopefully that's orange. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just going to put 60 there. Now 2 different numbers to give me 60, guys. We could use 30 and 2, couldn't we? Circle my 2, because 30 times 2 gives me 60. Remember, multiplication of prime, so we want to times them first. So we've got 30 times 2, circle the 2 because it's prime. 30 is 15 times 2, circle the 2. 15 is 5 and 3, so 5 and 3 like that. Okay, now we've got all of our primes, there's no other branches, every number's got a circle around it, so we put 60 equals 2 times 2 times 3 times by 5, and hopefully, yeah, we have, look, both exactly the same. So it doesn't matter which way you split it, because you'll always get to the same answer. Okay, now if you've got any questions regarding that, guys, please give me a shout. All right, I'll be setting you a task to do in terms of some questions. All right, now like I say, contact me on Show My Homework should you struggle, but hopefully you've absolutely nailed it. Okay, speak to you soon. Keep well, keep safe. Really good hearing off you on Show My Homework, so make sure you send me a few messages. See you later, guys. Bye bye.